says it all. The Truth is on 101.7 and 1510 WGKB Waukesha, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. Come in with straight truth.
If you acted up, if you were out here doing any kind of foolishness or just something that people know would make your family's name look bad, your neighbor from down the street, if they see the son or daughter, be like, what are you doing? They gonna call you out. They gonna let you know that they saw you. And then they gonna tell you, come here. Mm-hmm. Now, you know I'm gonna tell your daddy.
That part.
There are a lot of times when people are new to an area, they don't know where to plug in. And anybody who plugs in the 101.7 The Truth and listen to you and Dame and Truth Nation would know that there is a significant public outcry when violence happens in our community. Don't worry about the outcry if you're not listening to the right people. So I would encourage her to tune in to 101.7 The Truth and listen to you guys, Denise Thomas, Dr. Ken Harris, Tori Lowe, and definitely Sherwin Hughes every day.
Watch all your favorite 101.7 The Truth shows by subscribing to 101.7 The Truth on YouTube.
You've been diagnosed with COPD, but breathing seems to be getting harder. Everyday activities, walking to the mailbox, going up the stairs, talking on the phone take more effort than they used to. You're short of breath more often. Flare-ups are happening more frequently. And slowly, life starts to feel smaller. Is this you? If your COPD symptoms are getting worse, there may be options that can help you breathe easier and get back to doing more of what matters to you. That could mean walking further, spending more time with family and friends, feeling more confident leaving the house, and getting back to the life you want to live. If your COPD is changing, it's time to have a conversation with your doctor. Visit the COPD Foundation website at isthisyoucopd.org to learn the signs of severe and worsening COPD and the right questions to ask next. Take action today. Breathe better tomorrow.
People don't realize that glaucoma is one of the leading causes of blindness.
Because there are often no early symptoms, nearly half of those with glaucoma may not even know they have it until vision loss has occurred.
I was diagnosed with normal tension glaucoma in July of 2020. And what we found out at that point was I had already lost 40% of my sight. And you think it only affects people that are, 75 or older, retired, grandparents, and that's not the reality of it.
I didn't think at all glaucoma was going to affect me because I didn't know of anyone that had glaucoma, no one in my family. When you have glaucoma, you can't get back that sight that you lost. And so early detection and treatment is vitally, vitally important.
Don't miss life's most beautiful moments. Schedule an eye exam today.
National Glaucoma Research, a Bright Focus Foundation program, offers free resources and tips for healthy vision.
Learn how to protect your sight at stopglaucoma.org.
Check it out one time.
Great morning, Truth Nation. Welcome to Truth in the Morning on the award-winning 101.7 FM The Truth. We're broadcasting live from the American Family Insurance Studio in the heart of downtown at the Avenue. I am the legendary Home of Blow, along with my bruh,
MC Dame Ellzey in the building.
And great morning to our producer, Will. How you doing and feeling this morning, Will?
Happy Wednesday.
All right. Dame, how you been doing and feeling, bruh?
I'm doing excellent.
Good, man.
It's what is it? Wednesday, right?
Yes.
It's a hump day Wednesday. So it is what it is. We're here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. A lot. One of the things that's going to be interesting, with listening to our teammate Kyle Wallace with Truth to Power, noon to 1, Monday through Friday here on The Truth, 101.7 FM. And one of the things that he had to get off the top was talking about the bipartisan deal with the Republicans and Governor Tony Evers, and where people would get a $300, rebate check, so to speak.
Yeah.
And how he felt that it's a great thing. He's excited. He's happy. And he doesn't understand why some people are not so happy, or they're not just falling for the banana in the tailpipe. That's what I would call it.
Banana in the tailpipe.
Right. And I'm with the people that I'm not excited. Kyle, I'm not excited. Too many times, and And Kyle even brought up the point that, yeah, this might be, them trying to, save face because the elections are coming up and this, that, and the other. And I believe that's exactly what it is.
Absolutely.
And oftentimes a lot of people that don't look like us feel like all they got to do is give us a little crumb here, a crumb there. We get excited, and it's like, see, they not as bad as you thought they were. It's like, stop it. It's like so many people that another situation with Larry Hoover and Orange Man, saying, okay, all federal charges, we're going to let him out. Mm-hmm. But he got the same charges with the state. Mm-hmm. And he's got over 200 and some years with the state. So what the Orange Man may be doing is futile. But so many people are grasping it and celebrating the Orange Man like, yeah, he did it. He did it. He coming home. Unfortunately, he's not, because those state charges are still there.
Right. And so what people have to understand, and shout out to Kyle, will I accept the $200? Hell yeah. Mm-hmm. But will I let the $200 have the effect that they wish for it to have on me? Hell no. Right. Because what they want to do is they want to separate themselves from Trump. Mm-hmm. And in Wisconsin, they don't have the benefits of gerrymandering stuff as they do in other Trump states. Mm-hmm. And so, oddly enough, Wisconsin is a Republican-held state, right? Except for the governor's office, the houses and stuff are ran by Republicans. Mm-hmm. Again, they don't have the benefit of gerrymandering stuff. So the effects of Trump's likability ratings percentage points being so low, they're scared of that coming around when it's time for them to run. And they're scared that some of these seats that they have that allow them to have control are going to get flipped. And so what do? You give people this little bit of money. This is a play Trump ran, right? When he gave people the stimmy. Yep. You give people a little bit of money, they'll think, oh, they're not, like you just said, they're not like Trump. Mm-hmm. They're giving us money. They're working bipartisanly with the governor when this is the only bipartisan thing they've done. That part. In the last 8 years, for as far as I can see. Right. This is the only bipartisan thing they've done. This is the only bipartisan thing. I think his name is Chris Voss or something like that.
Robin Voss.
Robin Voss, whatever his name is. I was missing Chris Lawson and Voss because it's basically the same person, just a little more. Anyway, let's not go there. What I'm saying is this. Don't be fooled by the emperor's new clothes.
Yeah.
And that's what this
is a carrot in front of a horse.
Yeah, I'm going to take it. Kyle said send it to me, and no. I'm going to take it, but that don't mean I have to do what they want me to do for it.
Absolutely.
They want me to forget and get amnesia.
That's it.
I believe that this isn't the same Republican Party in Wisconsin that stiffed Milwaukee with the 2% and made us have to go through 1,000,005 hoops to get it, and we lost control of so many different things, too many things to name for that 2%. Don't forget, this is the same people that think and talk about and say things about Milwaukee being a cesspool and Milwaukee not being safe and Milwaukee having, being ran by idiots and things like that, right?
Right.
I can say it. I live here. You can't say it because you don't live here.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? You coming from up north talking about someplace down south, which is Milwaukee, don't say that about us. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I say all of that to say I'm not going to forget.
Yeah.
And you won't buy my amnesia with $300.
And that's it, because that's exactly what it is. Like I say, give them a little something, and for some people that feel like they ain't never had, know the common saying, and they start dancing. They start doing the little, juke joint dance, and all of that kind of stuff. It's like, no. Stop it. Don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe. Again, as Dame has said, the 300, okay, it ain't like, okay, don't give it to me and give it to everybody else, but it's not going to buy me. It's not going to turn me into saying, they not so bad after all. I got to look at all of the things that they refuse to support and they boxed the governor out on, to just say, oh, this one? Okay, they going to roll? No. No, so I'm not. So I just wanted to get my truth out on that. And Dame, I wanted you to get your truth out on that, man.
Exactly the same. I just feel like you can't, again, you're not going to buy my amnesia.
Right.
I'm not going to forget. And that's what they want this to do. They want this to be like, look, we worked with the governor. We're the good Republicans. We're not those down south Republicans that are gerrymandering stuff. We're not Trump that just put out 100 Truth Social tweets all on racism. Did you see that?
Yeah, man.
Where he was posting little black boys, and little black girls, and posting black women saying, "Oh, she's scheming again." The man is unhinged, right?
Man, listen.
So I'm not gonna be the one that is gonna have amnesia and forget that the Republicans are attacking the livelihoods and attacking everything that has been built by black people.
The Voting Act, just all of that, man.
I'm not going to be that. You're not going to make me forget with $300.
That part. Also, in the news, we heard about the cruise ship with the hantavirus cases, and now, I think they say 2 of them were dropped off to Atlanta, and the other ones,
oh my God,
I think in Nebraska or something. But
and they got planes before they, come on, man.
Yeah.
And planes are nothing but incubators for disease.
Whatever. And it's pressurized. So it's like, yep, come and get it. There's now reported on May 12th on CBS 58, said there's a potential hantavirus case being investigated in Illinois, and it's not connected to the cruise ship strain.
Oh, my God.
A potential hantavirus case is being investigated in Illinois in an Illinois resident, according to state health officials. However, it is not believed to be the same deadly strain connected to the hantavirus hit cruise ship. The Illinois Department of Public Health says they're investigating the potential case in a resident of Winnebago County located near the Illinois-Wisconsin border. Dr. Mary Beth Graham is the medical director of infection prevention and control at Frederick Hospital and an infectious disease physician at Medical College of Wisconsin. She says a possible case like this in Illinois isn't all that unusual. The U.S. sees a few hundred cases every year. There are more than 20 different strains, all known to be carried by rodents. Dr. Graham says the case doesn't seem to be the Andes strain, which can be spread from person to person, as identified on the Dutch cruise ship. It would be highly, highly, highly unlikely, Dr. Graham said. This is just routine Hanta rodent droppings, not one that goes person to person. Listen, stop. Yeah. Again, I'm not falling for the banana in the tailpipe.
That's what it sounds.
Tell me that, but it ain't that. We ain't even heard of the hantavirus. I haven't. Until this cruise ship, I hadn't even heard of the hantavirus.
Well, I had heard of it, but it just from, it wasn't like it was, pressed on me or something. You just reading something.
But it's killing people.
Yeah, it can. But it happens from rodents. And on that cruise ship, I'm assuming, they must have had a rat infestation on the cruise ship, and it got into the food supply.
With all the illegal dumping here?
And nobody said nothing. And so,
Yeah, with all the illegal dumping here, when you see some of them trash mounds that are
that can be rat harbor.
Yeah, man.
It could be. And you just got to think. It can happen, but like that statement said, there are cases that happen throughout the year, regardless.
Right.
And so it's gonna happen, and that doesn't mean that when those cases happen that it turns into some massive outbreak. What happened on the ship was just what happened on the ship because it was closed confinement, close space. That happened there. That is look. We're not gonna have another COVID, and if they try to make it that, and nobody going nowhere.
Hey, Dr. Sandra Bartell, before we go to break, Public Health Administrator for the Winnebago County Health Department says there is no risk to the community from this potential case. She says the affected resident is recovering. All right.
There you go.
Yeah. I'm me.
People will get on Instagram and get on Facebook, and don't do that, y'all. People will get on, it's one in Winnebago, and that's only 100 miles away, and this and this and
right,
and it's coming. Y'all better be ready. Start drinking bleach. Man, shut up.
Yeah. You're listening to Truth in the Morning on the award-winning 101.7 FM The Truth. We got to take care of some bills, and we'll be back.
Tune into the award-winning 1017 The Truth's Community Spotlight this Wednesday at 3:57 p.m. between the Tori Lowe Show and Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris. We'll be speaking with Nicole Lorino, the 2026 chair for March for Babies. She will discuss how March for Babies brings families and caregivers together to support healthier moms, stronger babies, and life-saving NICU care through the March of Dimes. Again, that is the Community Spotlight this Wednesday with the March of Dimes at 3:57 p.m. right here on the award-winning 1017 The Truth.
Hi, this is Sherwin Hughes from 1017 The Truth, and I want to talk to you about something bigger than just buying a house. I'm talking about building a legacy. Owning a home isn't just about four walls and a roof. It's about giving your kids a place where memories are made, where birthdays are celebrated, and where they always belong. It's about planting roots, knowing your neighbors, waving from the porch, and being a part of a community that feels like family. If you've been renting and wondering if home ownership is even possible, Axe Housing is here to work with you. An Axe Housing coach will help you create a plan, a budget, and move step by step toward owning a place you can truly call your own. They've already helped over 4,000 families become homeowners, and many are paying less than they were paying for rent. Don't let where you are today stop your family's tomorrow. Start your journey at axehousing.org. That is ACTShousing.org. Your legacy begins at home.
At UW Credit Union, our home loans have everything you need for your next big step, including up to $750 off closing costs for all home buyers. And first-time buyers can save even more. So if you're ready to trade roomies for more room, or your townhome for an out-of-town home, UW Credit Union will be with you from start to furnished. UW Credit Union. Apply online today. Equal housing lender. Credit may be limited as required by program. Visit uwcu.org for details.
Natural gas is a clean, reliable, and convenient source of energy delivered directly to you through underground pipelines. The pipeline system has an excellent safety record, but there are clues that can help you identify a potential hazard. If you smell the strong odor of rotten eggs, hear an unusual hissing sound, or see blowing dirt or debris, it could be a natural gas leak. Leave the area immediately and call We Energies at 800-261-5325.
We Energies. People you can trust. Energy you can depend on.
At Milwaukee College Prep, we don't leave success to chance. We're designed for it. With strong support, high expectations, and a team committed to excellence, our educators turn belief into outcomes every day. If you believe every child deserves an excellent education, join Milwaukee College Prep. Apply today. Visit mkeprep.com/jobs.
This is Truth in the Morning on 1017 The Truth.
Great morning, Truth Nation. Welcome, Black. Shout out to everybody on our YouTube page. Make sure while you're there, you hit the like and subscribe button. I just want to say great morning. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. And hanging with us. We lost another giant, Dame, in our community, and a lot of children, a lot of people. Were delivered by this man, Dr. Finlayson, Dr. William Finlayson.
A couple of generations of people.
Man, at 101 years old, he ended up passing away. The footprint, that he has, and the people that you may talk to and be like, he delivered you. You know what I mean? There's so many stories of what he meant to our city and to our community, and also the fact that he was here to see when a street was named after him.
When we shout out to my brothers at Alpha Incorporated. When we started, and shout out to all the brothers that spearheaded that when they started the street naming whole process. It was a process. Because it wasn't just, a block here, a block. They did a whole stretch, right? And so they had to go through and get all of the names and get the signatures and do all of that stuff. But when you're doing that, you realize the impact that Dr. Finlayson had on Milwaukee because people knew who he was.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
and they were willing to allow that street renaming to take place. And the fact that it's adjacent to Val Phillips is like showing his importance to Milwaukee, you know, in that regard. And there, what people don't understand is not only was he a doctor and he gave birth to so many kids, and he also helped families coming from the South that came to Milwaukee.
Yes, he did.
You know what I'm saying? And so he was a go-between for those getting adjusted to Milwaukee. He was that person. And if Milwaukee had like a black mayor or a black person that was the go-to person, it would be
Dr. Finlayson,
right? And so I am, like you said, very happy that he got to see. I got pictures in my phone right now from the event, and that I was able to be a part of that.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? And have that happen. And so when we lose people like that, I think we don't realize the importance of them. Then you start looking it up. And then other people start looking it up, and they say, "Oh, he did this.
Right,
oh, he did that." Because people like that don't talk about it a lot.
They don't.
They're not gonna get on the radio. And he's obviously older, so he wasn't gonna get on the podcast and rehash his stories and build his legacy that way.
Right.
The work was done.
Right.
And he let the work speak for itself. And when that happens, yeah.
I mean, his footprints are everywhere. You know, you can't go through this city and not be in his footprints.
Right.
And that's legacy. That is what, you know, legacy looks like and feels like, you know, when we think about some of the other great people who have major footprints throughout this city, a history of helping people, helping our community, man, you know, but we all have, we are all born to die. So it's no matter how we want them to live forever, they can, but it's up to us. It's up to what me and Dame are saying right now. It's up to what he meant to you and your family.
Right.
And that's how they will forever live. You know, as long as people are still speaking your name, you know, you still exist in a different realm, but you still exist.
Yeah.
When you give the history lessons to your children, your grandchildren, nieces and nephews, or just other family members, that is how they live. That is how people understand the importance. And oftentimes, and I know you can't, well, not to my knowledge, that you can do it like that, but I just wish, like in MPS, that we had a Milwaukee history class, you know what I mean? To just really understand the dynamics, and it's not just about it being black people, but there's other people, you know what I'm saying? Some of our Latino brothers and sisters, you know, that have made an impact on our city and our community. And it would be great to be able to have that put.
Well, Claiborne does something like that.
Yeah.
And so
is it in MPS?
No, that's what I'm.
And that's where I'm going. Yeah.
Oh, you know they're not gonna do it.
Right, and that's where I'm going.
He does. He goes to MPS schools when they requested to do it. So you know, they need to be more requesting of that type of information. And what happens when you get that type of information and you learn about those that are touchable and those that have been close to you, and those that you can see, like Finlayson, like Val Phillips, like Claiborne Benson himself, you know what I'm saying? Like Pratt, like these people that have become historical figures within our areas and within our lifetime, is that you learn their stories, and then by learning their stories and what they've really done, because they don't talk about it, now you can see, oh, they did a lot.
Yeah.
And if I want to have that same impact,
there you go.
This is the level I have to go to and reach, and it's building upon the building blocks of those that came before you. And if you don't know that history, you can't build upon that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so that's the importance of Finlayson. That's the importance of those types of figures in our local government, in our local societies that have played a major impact in the building of this city that we need to know about.
Absolutely. You know, our local history. You feel what I'm saying? And like I say, the impacts even of our local history and our local heroes are actually felt around the country. And what I mean by that is Milwaukee has a lot of first. You feel what I'm saying? So if you think about, like, we're like a testing ground for some things now, and I'm not taking away from the innovation that all of these people that I'm speaking of now were, that those that have passed on. But I'm saying people have seen the mottos. We talk about the Baltimore situation where, you know, what he's doing, you know what I mean, was modeled after of Milwaukee, you know. So our footprint, you know what I'm saying, we are all over, and we're having an impact, and people are looking like, wow, okay, maybe we should do this. Oh, they had a doctor that did this, or they had a person that did this, and just continuing to be ahead of the curve in so many different areas. And I just think that it would be very important. We got some griots, man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you gotta respect them and show them love. Or else when they leave, that information is gone.
Yeah. Shout out to Brad Pruitt at the American Black Holocaust Museum. One of the things that he always says, you know, when I, you know, interview him, I do a live interview or something where I'm just seeing him. He always says, Blow, you are a griot. You are, you know what I'm saying? You're a living griot. Like the footprint that you have on this city and the things that you can be able to say, you know, to know Dr. Finlayson, to know. I love the fact that a living legend, again, is Dr. Howard Fuller with the Dr. Howard Fuller Collegiate Academy. Like, these are people that are, and then they just gave away some scholarships and stuff too, as well. But these are footprints that the world needs to know. Not, you know what I mean? They shouldn't just be contained. But at the very minimum, the people in our city, you need to know who these great people are. Right. And that's why I think it's important that we visit the American Black Holocaust Museum. We visit the Black Historical Society with Claiborne Benson over there, and just really find out the heritage and the history of Milwaukee and the movers and shakers that are really responsible for a lot of things that I think a lot of people take for granted.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know,
and that's when they say, you know, visit. People, we go out of town, we go to Memphis, we go to different places to visit their civil rights museums and visit their, you know, historical sites that are nationally known. But we have them here. You know, we have, you know, Malcolm X stayed here for a minute. You know, they're putting up a marker for that. We have a lot of things that, and I go back to Claiborne because when I was I think I was doing my master's or maybe it was undergrad, I don't know. But I did a report and I put him in there and to learn about all of the stuff that he's done. And my daughter worked there and helped transcribe a lot of the interviews from older generations and things like that, and the things that she learned and was able to relay to me and her sisters. This is important, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of times we lose that information, and there's a disconnect. It's the same effect as essentially as slavery. You know what I mean? Because you come from Africa, you come to America. They don't want you to speak your language. They don't want you to talk about things that you do. You were forced to have that disconnection. Now it's like we do it to ourselves, where from generation to generation we lose that. So we're not able to build upon the shoulders and build upon the foundation that's been laid for us in the past.
Yep. We got to get ready to take care of some bills. When we return, Dame, you know, I've been seeing a lot of pothole filling. So they out here working, man. So
they're gonna need a whole army brigade.
I know, but
somebody sent me something the other day. I said that.
Man, I didn't feel bad when I had to move when I was headed up Fond du Lac and I saw the truck. Remember, I said I don't care if they say road closed, but you know we were able to get around or whatever. But we'll talk about it. There seems to be some filling going on. You're listening to Truth in the Morning on the award-winning 101.7 FM. The Truth. We got to take care of these bills, and we'll be black.
You ever see the sign above the highway? The number of people that have been killed on the road? My wife, my son, and my unborn child were killed by a distracted driver. They were more than just a number.
Your phone isn't worth it. Buckle up, phone down. Brought to you by the Wisconsin Department of Transportation.
Our children deserve a real chance to make it in life, and a good education is a passport to opportunity. At City Ford Collective, we're working to make sure there's a great Milwaukee school for every Milwaukee family, because more good options lead to better outcomes. And who doesn't want that? Together, we can give every child the foundation they need to thrive, and a stronger future for kids means a stronger future for Milwaukee. To learn more about our mission, visit us at cityfordcollective.org. That's cityfordcollective.org.
Do you hear that? And that? And that? Those are the sounds of a healthy and vibrant community. And to this United Way volunteer, nothing sounds better. They're the sounds of children being given greater chances to succeed in school. The sounds of neighbors receiving the support needed to overcome challenges, both big and small. They're the sounds of families gaining access to quality health care and nutritious food for their tables. And they're the sounds of members of our community who've benefited from United Way's financial education programs. See, wherever there's a need in our communities, there's a United Way. People working together to respond and growing the good for everyone. United is the way. So join us by getting involved or giving back. Learn more at unitedway.org.
70 million people in the U.S. have learning and thinking differences, like ADHD and dyslexia. Each has their own story. This is ours. At first, I thought it was just a phase. Then schoolwork became a struggle. Emotions got bigger, and my kids started falling behind. I felt alone, like I was lost in the dark trying to find answers. Then I learned about Understood.org, a nonprofit empowering parents and kids like us. It was like we had a light to show us the path ahead. Whenever new challenges came up, their guidance helped us figure out our next step. We still have tough days, but now we have direction. And I have the tools and resources I need to help my child thrive. No matter where you are on the path, Understood can help you keep moving forward. Visit understood.org/yourpath today.
We're looking at delays along westbound 94 now from about 30th Street all the way through to Mitchell Boulevard. Then you're back on the brakes in pockets, basically between Sunny Slope Road and Barker Road, just on and off the brakes there. On the eastbound side, delays now from 70th Street all the way to 35th. We've also got delays westbound 894 right past Loomis. On the eastbound side, same thing, right past Loomis. We've also got delays southbound on 43 kicking in right about at Good Hope Road, heading down towards Bender Road. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, partly cloudy skies, breezy, a high of 60. Tonight, partly cloudy with a light wind, a low of 41. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 101.7 The Truth.
This is Truth in the Morning on 101.7 The Truth.
Truth Nation, welcome Black. I'm the legendary Home Blow, along with my brother
MC Dame Ellzey in the building.
Bruh, it is, we can't bring people black in that sense, but we've been talking about the murder of Dennis Johnson. And I believe it was on yesterday or Monday, I ended up talking about we heard a clip where Sheriff Dr. Danita Arbol had said that there had been arrests made in it, but, she couldn't go into any details as it related to his death and the fact that 2 people were arrested. Well, now those 2 people have been charged in that. I personally feel like a third person should be charged because they sent out the criminal complaint. Yeah. And when I received the criminal complaint, I was like, which story is this about? And then as I began to read, I was like, okay, this is about the Milwaukee County Sheriff's Office public safety for the courthouse officer. It was one of their people, and it was the one that got killed. And I was like, wow. So as I read that criminal complaint, I was just... It angers me just with how it went down. All Dennis Johnson was doing was being a great friend or a great Samaritan to the brother Sutton. And from the criminal complaint, this seems like it was just kind of an ongoing. He was going to pick up his kids, and he asked Dennis Johnson, could he give him a ride to, pick up his kids? And so, again, just to kind of show the character, and I don't know if they were, best friends. I don't know if they worked together, but, because it doesn't go into that. But, I mean, again, when you have somebody that asks you that, I'm sure you feel comfortable with. So, yeah, he went. He didn't go over there on any drama himself. But there ended up being an argument between Mr. Sutton, Darian Sutton, and the mother, I guess, of the children. And so it started as them, just kind of having a verbal spat, and then it turned into an argument. And the children they then got into Dennis Johnson's Jeep. But Dennis got out and went to try to diffuse the situation.
Everybody showing guns, everybody doing stuff, and he could have pulled off. He got out and still, because he's a CO, he got out and still tried to diffuse the situation.
Yeah.
And it was like the aunt's boyfriend, right? That he was. So it was like, this ain't the auntie's. This is the auntie's boyfriend. This is the auntie and the auntie's boyfriend. You know what I'm saying? And the lack of emotional control on their part extended to the fact, and this is what I was just saying. You was just like, you're arguing about whatever you're arguing about, right? And it's probably about the kids because that's their connection, right? Something about the kids, something that happened when you had the kids or somebody, but you start shooting at cars with kids in them. As the car's leaving, you're shooting, and as you the car pulls off, you jump in your car, pull up on the car to the point where Brother Johnson has to tell the kids to get down.
Yeah, man, had to tell them, man.
But the kids are still in the car, so this is the auntie's boyfriend that's shooting at a car with the kids in it.
Right?
How stupid is that? That just shows the fact that all of this that happens is so ridiculous that he wasn't thinking, nobody's thinking in that moment about the safety of these kids. And that's the
except Dennis.
Except for Dennis, because he's the only one that told him to get down. And then he's the one that's shot.
Yeah.
I know for a fact there's at least, in that house, this is a duplex, right? 10, 12, 13, 14. It's a lot of kids that stay in that house, right?
Wow. Yeah.
And you shooting and they be outside.
Yeah.
And you shooting with all these kids outside. You get into this confrontation with all of these kids that not just your family members, but all these other kids that are out there, and there's no regard for that life, for those young lives. That all you're thinking about is you got your blinders on, and you're thinking, no, this is what I'm going to do.
Right.
This is what's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to show my anger. I'm going to shoot someone over an argument.
So Princeton Underwood is the 29-year-old who is charged with the first-degree intentional homicide in the shooting death of Milwaukee County Courthouse security officer Dennis Johnson, who was 56. The second man that we're talking about that was involved in the argument or disagreement is Darren Sutton, who's 53 years old. He also faces charges connected to the case. And this is the one that was with, Dennis Johnson, who asked Dennis Johnson to take him over there to pick up his kids. So in that situation, while that argument and disagreement was going on, RW, who, from what you are saying, is allegedly the auntie in this situation, gestured to her boyfriend, Princeton Underwood, the 29-year-old. And he then, because they were able to go and pull and retrieve video from, it's cameras everywhere. A lot of people got Rings and whatever. And then there's, city cameras and whatnot too, and businesses that have cameras as well. But they were able to pull footage of the actual shooting. And initially, after RW, which are the initials that are in the criminal complaint, gestured to her boyfriend or her man, he ended up getting out of this Yukon, the white Yukon. And because of the way the door was originally positioned, they couldn't see what he had in his right hand, but he had something in his right hand. But as they continued to watch it play out, they were able to clearly see that he had a handgun in his right hand. Now, from that, it's where Darren Sutton, the 53-year-old who was picking up his kids, ended up obviously seeing that weapon. So he then brandished a weapon. Mm-hmm. And then shots were fired from Princeton Underwood, and then Darren Sutton also returned fire. And after that, the vehicle, Dennis Johnson, pulled off. And, so again, no longer a threat, no imminent danger, for either or, because Princeton didn't get hit and Darren Sutton didn't get hit. And luckily the children didn't, because even that part is wild. They found over 7 casings from Princeton Underwood's gun at that particular scene. Mm-hmm. And so, and this is all information that's inside the criminal complaint. That's why I'm able to talk about it with receipts as opposed to just trying to speculate this, speculate that. So then they, Dennis Johnson, pulled off and started going in an opposite direction. Princeton Underwood and RW in the truck end up making a U-turn and following them and pulled up on the side. When Dennis Johnson saw them pulling up on the side of his black Jeep, he told the children to get down. He said, get down. Because obviously he kind of knew where this was going. It's like, okay, we know he got a gun. We know that he's fired shots, but also this is the reason that Darren Sutton is also charged because, using a weapon and, shouldn't have been, using a weapon and firing shots like that. That's negligent in itself. And the guy pulled up and stretched his arm out and shot into the vehicle. The bullet ended up striking Dennis Johnson under the armpit, went through, hit his lungs, his heart, and he ended up succumbing to that gunshot wound. So it was only one gunshot
wound. Shooting into a car with kids in it.
Man, come on, man.
Just kids in general.
Yep.
And these are supposed to be, kids closely related to you,
right?
And in some form or fashion, and you shoot into that car with them in it. Mm-hmm. So you're gonna shoot this person that's driving this car, or shoot at somebody in this car, and then this car has an accident with these kids in it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
People don't. We let, and this is across the board. You see it all over social media. You see it all over the news when you watch national news, when you watch more than the local news, you see this stuff, right? Where people don't think past the moment.
Right.
There's an epidemic in this country of irrational behavior where people do not think past the moment.
I tell people 5 seconds. That's why I be talking about that 5 seconds can change your life for the rest of your life.
Because if you think past the moment and you're able to see at least, and I tell my kids this all the time, even, my kids that came from me and those kids that I work with, you got to see the big picture. You got to, everything is like chess. Everything is, you got to see the moves. If I do this, then
cause
this person is going to do this. And I was just talking, my daughter got a, multiple degrees and, all of this stuff, all of them do, but you still have to tell them, if you get mad at someone while driving, throw them the finger. You don't know who that person is.
That's right.
So now that person pull up on you, and you may have your weapon on you, and they got their weapon on them, and now it's a shootout because you gave this person the finger.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And in the paper,
road rage is at an all-time high,
road rage because of the finger. And I'm just using that as an example, but people don't think past the moment. And if you don't think past the moment, you get tragedies like this. And that goes across the board. It's happening. Like I said, it's all over the nation. It's an epidemic, I believe.
Yep.
And an inability of us as Americans, because of whatever reason, to not think past the moment. And we talked about this the other day. It's a lack of empathy for other people.
It is, man.
It's a lack of empathy for whatever somebody else, or how this is going to affect someone else, whatever anybody else is going through. If I go to McDonald's and I'm getting terrible service, I'm gonna ask the young lady or the young man, "You straight?
Mm-hmm.
Everything good?" And they're gonna look at me and they're gonna be like, "Oh, I guess I am acting a certain way.
5 seconds, bro.
Let me straighten up." And then their attitude changes because I've shown that. I've shown, "Hey, man, you straight?" I'm not taking it personal the way you acting because you don't know me.
Right.
So there must be something that's going on. In this situation, they should have put those kids first.
Yep. But some of these people, man, they do not utilize that. You're listening to Truth in the Morning on the award-winning 101.7 FM The Truth. Truth Nation, we'd like to hear from you. What's your thoughts and opinions on this situation? 833-212-1017. We'll take care of these bills and we'll be black.
Coming with straight truth.
One can invest their whole life and effort in helping the community, and sometimes they don't get nothing back. But you know what? You keep on going with it, okay? God bless you. Happy upcoming Father's Day. And hang on in there and enjoy it. Don't worry about what nobody say about you, because they're going to talk about you anyway, because they can't do what you do.
Catch the Tori Lowe Show every weekday from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m.
Discover your new favorite city, Milwaukee. Catch a sunrise over Lake Michigan. Sip your way through craft breweries. And dive into a dining scene that's turning heads. From museums and music to thrilling sports teams and buzzing nightlife, Milwaukee delivers all season long. Good things are always brewing on the Fresh Coast. The expert guides at visitmilwaukee.org have everything you need to fully plan every detail. Whatever it is you'd like to do in Milwaukee. Plan your trip today at visitmilwaukee.org.
Hi, this is Sherwin Hughes from 101.7 The Truth, and I want to talk to you about something bigger than just buying a house. I'm talking about building a legacy. Owning a home isn't just about 4 walls and a roof. It's about giving your kids a place where memories are made, where birthdays are celebrated, and where they always belong. It's about planting roots, knowing your neighbors, waving from the porch, and being a part of a community that feels like family. If you've been renting and wondering if home ownership is even possible, Axe Housing is here to work with you. An Axe Housing coach will help you create a plan, a budget, and move step by step toward owning a place you can truly call your own. They've already helped over 4,000 families become homeowners, and many are paying less than they were paying for rent. Don't let where you are today stop your families tomorrow. Start your journey at axehousing.org. That is ACTShousing.org. Your legacy begins at home.
How much does it cost to talk to Gruber Law Offices after a serious accident? It's free. Yes, free, as in it won't cost you anything to speak with us. There's never a fee until we win your case. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
When you're high, you feel different. Pretty obvious, right? You think different, talk different, but if you feel different, you drive different. So if you're high, just don't drive. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
This is Truth in the Morning on 101.7 The Truth.
Truth Nation, join the March of Dimes this Saturday at 9 a.m. for a March for Babies at Greenfield Park. Come together with the Milwaukee community to support moms and babies and be a part of something that truly matters. Hundreds have already signed up, and there's still time for you to join the walk. Every step helps support healthier pregnancies and stronger families, especially for those facing the greatest barriers to care. So grab your friends, bring the family, and show up. March for Babies is this Saturday at 9 a.m. at Greenfield Park. Sign up now at marchforbabies.org. Welcome back to Truth in the Morning on the award-winning 101.7 FM The Truth. I'm the legendary Home Blow, along with my brother,
MC Dame Ellzey, in the building.
Shout out to our girl, Bailey Coleman.
$5,000. Shout out to my homegirl Angel. She just hit me, and she was just like, because she's listening, so shout out to her for listening. And she was like, it would be nice to be able to say to someone, you straight, but depending upon the inflection in your tone, they'll take that as a way of you trying to, be aggressive towards them.
Right.
And I get that. I feel that. And I guess it's about the way that you say it to somebody, and then look in your eyes when you say it, like, homie, you straight? You know what I mean? You have to practice it.
Right.
I guess it's something that I've learned over the years to be able to ask somebody, not because I can be aggressive. We know that, so I can turn it off too. Like, hey, you straight, man? Not like homie, you straight. You know what I'm saying? But I just think a lot of times we have to do that. We have to be able to step outside ourselves and be like, you okay? Is everything all right with you?
Yep.
And even those McDonald's situations that we see all over the country, even those all those fast food things that elevate to the point where somebody's shooting at somebody from behind the counter or they whooping on somebody. No, man, you straight? I'm not finna fight you over a burger.
Right.
Over not having the cheese on my my burger.
Right.
And I've seen people come back to McDonald's and throw the food on the counter,
right?
And this, that, and the other, and be like, "You messed up my order." I said no mayonnaise, and I drove home, and okay,
yeah, and
just that meal cost you $7,
right? And the reality, the other reality of that is when you get to destroying things inside of that fast food restaurant or wherever you at, that is criminal damage to property.
Oh, I know.
You get ready. I
know. I've been that dude at a gas station before, so I know what I speak of. And see, a lot of times people be like, people talk and they just talk. If I'm talking about something,
you don't walk the walk.
I don't walk that walk in that situation, and I had to deal with all of that stuff, and it could have went way worse just because I overreacted.
Yeah,
and I let somebody else get under my skin because of what they said.
Yep. And I just, all I look at is like, okay, when I'm watching some of those videos, I'm like, that's a charge. That's another charge. Those are going to be charges.
Yeah.
They went behind the counter. That's the charge. Right. All of these are charges just mounting up on you. And in the end, like, did it really mean anything? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you've done a lot of this, but now you could potentially have a spot on your record for the rest of your life. Of something that you're going to be like, you know what, it ain't worth it. Yes, I'm upset that they didn't get my order right, this, that, and the other. But again, you can come back, and I just say follow the rules that you can follow as it relates to reporting it to management. Like, a lot of times people don't go up the ladder. The manager's still acting as crazy or ghetto as some of the employees are. Okay, let me find out the corporate number. Let me find out, how I can report this particular location, time stamp, the whole nine, and report it that way instead of putting yourself in jeopardy of where now the police coming to your door talking about, it's such and such here. I'm like, yeah, this me. Like, could you step outside for a minute?
What's going outside?
Them silver bracelets going on. Them silver bracelets going on.
I know.
Yeah.
They ask you step outside, it's a wrap.
So, yeah.
Call somebody and tell them come lock the door.
Yeah, so...
Just ask them. Be polite in that moment. Hey, man, let me call somebody real quick. Tell them come lock up the house.
Right.
Because I know what's going to happen. Let me just do.
You know what's next.
And they'll let you police nice sometimes in those situations because there ain't no reason for them to not be. Yeah, call somebody. Tell them come lock the house.
Yeah.
Because you know what's about to happen.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, but, and then at that moment, I'm telling you, all the hindsight in the world kicks into those people.
Yeah.
Damn, I should just let it go.
Regret is a mother.
Yep. Now I can't be late no more. And now I'm gonna be late.
Listen.
I don't know how many days I'm gonna be late, but I'm gonna be late now.
It's again, it's the not seeing the the bigger picture and not
Right.
seeing the things that every action that you take and how it can start a chain of reactions.
Correct.
That can lead to something at the end of it where everybody is messed up. When we were young, we had beef with some dudes, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we went to one of their house parties. And so we in the house party, we messing with their chicks and stuff. They not liking it, right?
Mm-hmm.
We knew what we was going to do when we went there, right? And so anyway, so we started to leave, and you know, a couple of the chicks is leaving with us, and they're like, that ain't finna happen. Woo, wham.
Right.
And I'm sitting in the back, and I'm watching, I'm peeping scene, right? And I'm seeing somebody going for their waist, and then woo. So I go get in between them, like Brother Johnson did, and I'm like, this is gonna go somewhere
And
that
it don't need to
nobody
go.
wants
Yeah.
this to go. You know what I'm saying? And because all of my crew, we finna go. It was in a week we all going to college.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all crew, a bunch of y'all going to college. Y'all doing other things. This right here can get in the way of all of that.
Correct.
And there always has to be someone in your crew, somebody around that has that foresight that could be like, look, you ain't no punk for walking away.
That's right.
Because this is living to fight another day. And then we see each other 20 years later, like, dog, remember that? What would have went down? You know what I'm saying? It would have been the dumbest thing to go down if that would have jumped off. We all grown men with kids. Some of them with grandkids now. That would have been the dumbest thing.
Yep.
But in that moment, some of our hot-headed friends and people was ready to get it down, get it on. And now everybody's getting it in, and we all going to jail for the rest of our life because somebody would have died.
Man. And unfortunately, that happens far too often. And I guarantee you, if you look at some of the shootings that have happened here in our city, some of the homicides that have happened here in our city, just a lot of the different violent acts, man. Conflict resolution just wasn't at the forefront of their mind during these situations. But of course, then after the fact, when they sitting in the courtroom having to say, yes, ma'am, yes, sir, you know what I mean? Like now you get it. Now you want to say, I want to apologize to the family. I want, you know, where was that remorse? Where was that before this situation happened when you could have just said, you know what, this ain't worth it. And even if you tell a person, you not worth it. You're not worth me giving up my freedom, you know, and not being worried about being called a punk. You're scary ass, you know, this, that, and the other. People tie too much into that. You know, I can live to fight another day.
And in this situation, we lost a good Samaritan.
Yeah, bro.
Dennis Johnson sounded like he was a great dude.
Yeah, bro.
All his coworkers talk about him like he was a great dude.
Community,
and just the actions that he showed, and that he was taking his homie to go get his kids. Like, man, I need a ride to get my kids. And he's like, I got you.
Yeah.
And let's go. Let's go get these kids.
Yeah.
You know what? A lot of times, though, I've had family members ask me to help them go get their kids. Nah. Because I know it's volatile between you and your baby mama, and I'm not putting myself in that position. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
And that's the sad tales of those types of situations. You know what I'm saying? Is that you have to do that. And I'm glad that this brother went and helped his homie to go get his kids. And these are people, and I'm saying homie like they're young men. He's in their 50s. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Going to pick up his kids. He just want to do right by his kids. And he got to be met with all of this.
That part. You're listening to Truth in the Morning on the award-winning 101.7 FM The Truth. I am the legendary Home Blow, along with my brother,
MC Dame Ellzey, in the building.
We got to take care of these bills, and we'll be black.
Brew Crew Tuesdays are back on May 19th.
Fly ball center field. It's hit well. Grisham back. It is gone!
Catch the Brewers on local TV as they battle the Chicago Cubs.
Got him swinging. Threw him a curveball. It's 11 Ks for Mizorowski.
This edition of Brew Crew Tuesdays is presented by Delta Dental of Wisconsin. Tune in May 19th at 6:40 on Fox 6 in Milwaukee, or check your local listings to watch the game.
May is Skilled Trades Month, a time to celebrate the hands-on careers that keep our communities and our economy moving forward. At Junior Achievement, students learn that great careers don't always start behind a desk. With support from Komatsu, students are exploring opportunities in skilled trades, advanced manufacturing, engineering, and technology in Milwaukee's Harbor District. Thank you, Komatsu, for helping inspire the next generation of builders, problem solvers, and innovators. Learn more at ja.org.
When I was diagnosed with Hodgkin lymphoma, I had so many questions. I didn't even know that it was cancer. Now I do. It is cancer. Blood cancer. It's actually one of more than 100 different types, and they're all treated differently. Now, unlike some other forms of cancer, usually there's no tumor. You can't screen for it to prevent it, and the symptoms can look like other things, so it could be hard to diagnose. I had a fever for weeks. I was so tired all the time. I didn't feel like eating or doing anything else for that matter. And I know that this can feel scary. But if you know what to look out for, you'll know what to tell your doctor. And you'll feel more empowered to take the next steps. Like getting in touch with the people who know the ins and outs and can help with everything blood cancer related. Blood Cancer United. They work one-on-one with each person who reaches out to answer questions and offer resources. Blood Cancer United was there for me, and they can be there for you.
Go to bloodcancerunited.org to learn more.
I take care of the kids, and I take care of my dad. I take care of things at work. The groceries, the cleanups, the meltdowns, the doctor's visits, the family events, mealtimes, bedtimes. I take care of all the things everyone else needs. But I haven't made time to take care of what I need.
Family caregivers are often overloaded. It can feel overwhelming and exhausting. It's no surprise that millions of caregivers experience symptoms of anxiety and depression every year. But help is available, because there may only be one you, but you don't have to do it alone. Head to mentalhealthcareworks.org. That's mentalhealthcareworks.org to learn how to get the support you deserve, because mental health care works when you make the call. If you're experiencing a mental health crisis or thoughts of suicide, dial 988, a message from the American Psychiatric Association Foundation.
Check it out one time.
Great morning, Truth Nation. Welcome to Truth in the Morning on the award-winning 101.7 FM The Truth. We're broadcasting live from the American Family Insurance Studio in the heart of downtown at the Avenue. If you were supposed to be at work at 8 a.m., you're late.
Yeah.
Of course, I am the legendary Home Blow, along with my brother,
MC Dame Ellzey, in the building.
And shout out to our girl, Bailey Coleman. We were just talking about the moment, the split second, the 5 seconds that can change your life for the rest of your life, as it related to a lot of people not understanding how powerful conflict resolution is and why it's so important that you learn to practice that. And you ain't got to just try to be hard all the time. I get it. There's some situations where, you know, it may be some imminent danger and you react to the imminent danger. But it's a lot of these situations, though, as me and Dane was talking about, that it could have been resolved. But, you know, egos get into it, and, you know, once some people's egos get into it, it changes the whole scope of things.
Yeah.
But we've got Blake Gump on the True Talk text lines, 833-212-1017. Blake Gump, great morning. Love you. Appreciate you. What's your truth?
Man, my truth is I earned that name, so I appreciate you, big brother. What up, Dang?
What up, Blake?
No, man, they ruined Father's Day, man, dude. So two dudes went over there to get kids or transition kids from somebody else, and they ended up being an altercation. That's what I'm getting.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, hang on.
Okay.
Just to try to give it a quick. All right. So somebody say, Blake. I say, Blake, hey, can you run me over here? Right. Man, I'm going to pick up my kids. Mm-hmm. And you take me over there. Right. Yeah. Like, okay, I got you, Blow. You know I got you. You know, right. Blam. Oh, you do? Man, I got you. So, Blam, you take me over there. I get into an altercation with the mother of my children, which obviously may be a usual kind of thing or something, but it escalates. And now all of a sudden, you get out and be like, blow, come on, man, let's not do this. So you talking to me, you're talking to the woman that I'm talking to and saying like, this ain't worth it. You're trying to de-escalate the situation. So now you be like, come on. So you finally get me to get Black into your vehicle, and then it's not over via another woman that ends up telling her boyfriend, hey, gesture, and he pulls his gun out, and now there's a gun on the scene, and yeah, so that's kind of the unfortunate synopsis of it. And then the guy, after some shots were fired by each person, not by Dennis, not by you,
right?
But I ended up seeing him with a gun, and him, raising his arm with a gun, and firing a shot. So I'm shooting Black. You know what I'm saying? And now we take off, and the other person ends up following the vehicle. And while the children are in there now, you got, you tell them and me, like, y'all duck, and you catch the bullet, and you're gone.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I caught that middle story, so I'm glad I got it, because I didn't want to call and be off the hinges on the wrong thing. But with that, now, with dude that was shooting, he can't take care of the man that passed family, because he finna be sitting for a minute. So that's two families interactively gone and misfunctioning with men from now on for at least 5 years, but for dude family forever. And then the dude that was doing the shooting and the chasing, this is gonna fall on him and his plate with reckless endangerment and attempted murder with the children. So that's 3 families affected. Do you know how many people in each family will be affected with this, plus them children in that car?
That's what we've been talking about.
PTSD already, man. Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah, that's what we've been talking about.
Yeah, the de-escalation of life like that, man, just that fast. That's what I'm saying, man. That pressure, dude. Some people want to bust just to get the feeling. Adrenaline ain't made for that. I had to learn how to control my own, and then like not being able to have firearms for 8 years and then go to court and find out I can have an arsenal and I don't even want guns no more because of what I learned and what I've been through. I got attempted murder, reckless endangerment because somebody tried to do something to me. And I'm glad I didn't kill dude, because I wouldn't know how to feel. Bad enough I feel how I feel, know what I did to him. I know what happened to me, but this right here, if this doesn't wake up the community, we have the soldiers on the ground. But now we need to get the admirals and the generals, like, we already on the front line. But this right there, man, we can't do nothing but pray right now.
Yeah, bro, it ain't gonna wake up. It ain't gonna wake up those that are. Some of those people are choosing to be in this sleep. Some of these people are choosing to be in that stupor. Yeah. In my opinion, it's not the majority, but those who are there. I mean, those are the ones, in my opinion, that openly say on social media, all the different platforms, I'm on demon time. They calling themselves a demon, letting you know, like, you're not gonna stop my actions. This is what I'm on. There are people who openly talk about, with anger-filled rants on social media, the different platforms, like, yeah, when I see him, I'm killing him. I'm talking about they really on that. And it's people that be on the line talking about, hey, don't do that, man. You're going to ruin your life and this, that, and the other. And as whoever it is making that live, and they check and see some of the comments, they'd be like, F that. No, it's going down. It's on site. Because when a lot of people say on site, they mean that.
On site.
They mean on site. So a lot of that negotiation and trying to get them to see the bigger picture, for those who are in that zone, some of those people ain't coming out. Now, it's some that may go to that zone, and you may be able to kind of talk them down and get them out of that situation. But it's some of these people that, when I read some of these criminal complaints and look at how many infractions they've had for pretty much the same damn thing, I'm like, why in the hell are they even still out? So, yeah, so you got those, bro. So we know that the simple solution. But thank you, Blake Gump, for the call. You finally said it.
I wasn't going to say it.
I know you weren't.
You accepted it, so.
Yeah, absolutely.
I can say it then.
But, yeah. And, but in that, in when we're talking about the different violence, and this is why I say, although the numbers are down from what they were last year at this time in the different categories from the actual, amount of homicides. We're still below what we were at this time last year. And, non-fatal shootings and things of that nature. But it's not, even though those numbers, like I say, are down, I am afraid that it's going to be some catch-up done as it continues to get hot and stay hot.
That's always a fear every year, ain't it?
Yeah, bruh. Yeah, I am.
I hope the summer's about to come.
Yep.
And I hope it don't.
Right. And that's sad that that's a real thought process. But downtown, Brady Street has been clowning the last couple of weekends, and it ain't just been all us. It has been some of us, but it's been going down. So there's a downtown Milwaukee violence measure that were talked about by elected officials, and some of that stuff has now been put on hold. I believe we have a clip from WISN 12 News, and we're going to play this clip. And Truth Nation, we want to get your thoughts and opinions on this. We want to find out what's your truth. Will it work? Will it not? Good idea? Bad idea? We'll go to the clip.
From the Common Council to stop violence downtown are now on hold. Kendall Keys is live near Water and Juneau Streets downtown. Kendall, the Common Council brought two ideas to the table, but it's not looking like either will be in place anytime soon.
Right, Derek, two proposals to try to curb violence on this busy downtown street are now on hold. And the alderman who represents downtown tells me he's now questioning what the city's governing body has the power to do.
I move to send this back to committee.
Alderman Robert Bauman putting a pin in a measure that would have directed multiple city agencies to draft a plan for security perimeters around downtown entertainment districts.
At this point, it'll probably just be held.
Bauman introduced the measure last month in response to violence on Water Street, hoping to answer whether a fence or weapon checkpoints could make downtown safer.
Like Friday, Saturday night, it kind of gets sketchy. Definitely Water Street.
Just this spring, there's been two deadly shootings near the downtown bars. Tuesday, Bauman backpedaled on the security zone idea, pointing to another effort to curb downtown violence that's also on hold.
There's now litigation pending over the food truck regulation, and this is in the same neighborhood in terms of regulatory authority.
A curfew that would have forced downtown food trucks to close at 10 p.m. rather than 1 a.m., stalled by an ongoing lawsuit.
I don't think it'll do much for safety. I think it more so this is unfortunate for the owners.
A judge put a hold on the curfew change, asking the city for more evidence. Now Bauman questioning what power City Hall has over the entertainment districts.
There's that question as to what authority the city actually has to police these entertainment districts and to set regulation for these entertainment districts.
He says he wants downtown business improvement districts to weigh in.
For many months, they've been urging us to take action. And when we take action, they head for the hills. So at this point, they have to step up or we're going to step back.
A lot of players involved here. Kendall, I know you reached out to the Downtown Business Improvement District as well.
You're right, Derek. With these two measures now stalled, I hope to ask the Downtown Business Improvement District and the Westtown Business Improvement District what they would like to see done about violence downtown, but I did not hear back from either of those business improvement districts today.
Kendall Keys live in a very windy downtown Milwaukee tonight.
All right. WISN 12 News, that's where that report is. And when you hear that, and of course, Truth Nation, we definitely want you to weigh in on this as well. Oftentimes, whether you for or against something, if you say something has to be done, this comes back to me because I say this so often. And when we talk about people need to come out to these meetings and people need to come out to these hearings, we say we want this. Okay, so all right, I'm going to put my neck on the line and say, let's do it. Here we go. And then it's like,
like you said, step back. So you got so the two main,
it's crazy.
The two main things here that they're discussing is the curfew on the
food trucks.
Well, if you want to change, if you don't want the food trucks downtown in this area, and you think the food trucks are an epicenter for youth coming down, because this is essentially what we're talking about. is youth that can't get into the bars coming to hang out just on Water Street.
And using the food truck,
as an excuse.
Yep.
Then you change the zoning on and the parking regulations on those
food
streets.
trucks. Okay.
And you say if you can't park on this street, if you have if your truck is certain amount of weight, then you can't be on this street.
Wow.
And you have to go do something like that. That's the creative way of going. And then that just stops them from being there at all. Wow. So then when people are getting deliveries, they say, okay, you can stop here for 30 minutes, but you can't be here for an hour or so or that time if your truck is over a certain weight. That's the way around that.
Wow.
But you can't just say you're going to stop them from being there at a certain time. You're going to have to go all the way out. So that means when it's in the middle of the day, whatever it is, this is what we're going to do. If I was in my old position, that's what I would say. And then also what we need to do is we need to start enforcing, and I have no problem with this, start enforcing this 10 o'clock where your kids at.
The curfew.
Start enforcing. I'm just saying, I know the curfew, but I'm just saying when we used to be watching TV, 11 o'clock come, where your kids at? Do you know where your children are?
Yep.
Because if you don't, we're about to find out.
Yep.
And I have no problem with with kids having police interaction under those guidelines. Because it's the situation whereas you're saving them from getting involved in something else.
Yep.
Because anything that's happening after 11 o'clock is something that shouldn't be happening if you under 16 or whatever curfew age is. It's 16, 17. I know it's not, it's not fully 18, but it's like 16.
Yep, 16.
If you're under 16, take your ass home. That's the bottom line. If you in these streets and you doing something and it's 11 o'clock and you're under 16, go home. If you're not home, police gonna get you.
Yep.
The police gonna say, hey, look, y'all, it's 10:45. Get from down here.
Right.
Get from off these streets. Go be in a house someplace. But if I see you on these streets,
and
it is what it is.
Absolutely. And another thing that I think, because law enforcement is down there in the red district, that I'm not against them using, whether it's just the speakers on their cars or whatever, giving that same thing that you just said and just doing that over loudspeakers saying, it is 10:45. If you are under the age of, you get what I'm saying, this, you need to be cleared. We will start giving tickets. We will start, you know what I'm saying?
Look,
or
Homer, y'all used to do it at the Humpty Hump party.
Absolutely, bro.
At 10:45.
Yes, sir.
If you was under 16,
you had to go.
They were saying it's 10:45.
We stop it. Yeah, we stop it.
It's under 16.
Lights would come up for a minute.
Go.
Lights would come up for a minute. And until we make sure, like, okay, blam, how old are you? Da 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 da. And that's how it would be done.
And so that they can do the same. And people, we always look. The police are getting paid a lot of money. I understand they stretch thin and this, that, and it's one more responsibility. But if this one more responsibility could save lives, or could save something terrible from happening late at night, save somebody from getting carjacked or whatever, because now you see somebody that's walking the street with a mask on or something like that, and it's after 11 o'clock.
You've been given a warning. You've been given a few warnings.
I told you, get from down here. You still here. I'm going to harass you now. And it's not harassment at that point.
That part.
Because I've told you already, get from down here. I've told you already, get from off the main street.
That's it.
Go someplace.
That's right. We've got Al MKE before we take care of our bills. Great morning. Love you. Appreciate you. You hear the conversation, Al MKE. What's your truth?
My truth is I don't understand why these officials are so afraid to tell these people, come get your MFing kids.
Facts.
I don't know why. I don't know if they just highly religious or they Christian. You already got their vote. And you already looking at them like they N-word, so just say what's on your goddamn mind. I don't get it. Cavalier Johnson standing up there, he can't say nothing. Malele, she sure ain't going to say nothing because she's going to talk about the kid and not talk about the mother and father with them uncontrollable crumb-snatching bastards they got. But then when something happened to them, we're going to hold a little fundraiser or something. Tell these people raise their black-ass children. And let's not forget the white ones, too. But I just don't get it. I think it's self-destruct. You let them get out of hand, and then you put an S on your chest because now you got a way to get your vote. I think they ain't no good. I think they need to be voted out. Y'all need to put a picture of a rose up there. If you F up, that's how your ass going to look when you come out of prison.
All right. That'll take us to our commercial break. You're listening to Truth in the Morning on the award-winning 101.7 FM The Truth. We'll be black.
Milwaukee Black Talk.
You don't want to be there. You don't like the work. You don't like the people. Now, there are some differences. The only difference is modern American slavery and capitalism versus 19th century. We were dramatically more primitive back then. And a slave that is able to buy their freedom is the same as the disaffected, disgruntled worker that is able to buy their way into entrepreneurship because that for them is free.
Listen to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes, weekdays from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m.
Still think you're going to use those old chemicals just sitting around under the sink, in the garage, or down in the basement? We're talking things like old antifreeze, paint thinners, batteries, propane cylinders, and pesticides. So don't let them sit there. Get rid of them right away to MMSD's Home Hazmat Drop-Off Centers. It's safe, it's easy, and it's open to all Milwaukee County residents. There are 3 locations open year-round. Let's clean up Milwaukee.
Hi, this is Sherwin Hughes from 101.7 The Truth, and I want to talk to you about something bigger than just buying a house. I'm talking about building a legacy. Owning a home isn't just about 4 walls and a roof. It's about giving your kids a place where memories are made, where birthdays are celebrated, and where they always belong. It's about planting roots, knowing your neighbors, waving from the porch, and being a part of a community that feels like family. If you've been renting and wondering if home ownership is even possible, Axe Housing is here to work with you. An Axe Housing coach will help you create a plan, a budget, and move step by step toward owning a place you can truly call your own. They've already helped over 4,000 families become homeowners, and many are paying less than they were paying for rent. Don't let where you are today stop your family's tomorrow. Start your journey at axehousing.org. That is ACTShousing.org. Your legacy begins at home.
Prizes, exclusive experiences, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting truthcontests.com. That's truthcontests.com.
Happy kids heal faster, and that's why Starlight is dedicated to improving the mental well-being of sick kids across the U.S. Learn how at starlight.org.
Wisconsin's own Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
This is Truth in the Morning on 101.7 The Truth.
Tune in to the award-winning 101.7 The Truth Community Spotlight this Wednesday at 3:57 p.m. between the Tori Lowe Show and Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris. They will be speaking with Nicole Larino, the 2026 chair for March for Babies. She will discuss how March for Babies brings families and caregivers together to support healthier moms, stronger babies, and life-saving NICU care through the March of Dimes. Again, that is the Community Spotlight this Wednesday with the March of Dimes at 3:57 p.m. on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth.
Welcome back to Truth in the Morning on the award-winning 101.7 FM The Truth. We've been talking about the downtown Milwaukee violence measures proposals that have been put on hold now, and that is the talk of putting a security perimeter around the entertainment district and also during a curfew for the food trucks at 10 p.m. that they would have to end up shutting down. And those things were brought into play and discussed because of saying, well, you know, we have these youth down here, and if we know that they can't get in the clubs, but some of them don't even come down until after, you know what I'm saying, after the fact, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, and knowing that they're in violation. And so me and MC Dame Ellzey were just talking about some measures that we think, you know, could work. And as long as they're implemented, any parents and especially PWKs, people with kids, should know that you are trying not to keep up with your children. Well, guess what? When they end up having to let you know that, hey, they got me, they're giving me a curfew ticket or whatever the case may be.
And the curfew ticket is $74 for the kids. It's $175 for the parents.
There you go.
So it's not cheap. You're coming out of
$225.
There you go. $250.
Yeah. 75. Yeah, 75 and one time. Okay.
$250 almost for your kid being out in the streets when he's not supposed to be out in the store. I just looked it up. So they are, City of Milwaukee, the curfew age is 17, and they are this summer supposed to be strictly enforcing that.
Right. Because that was one of the other measures of the curfew starting. Yeah.
So they're gonna have a curfew center. So if your kid get picked up,
they're gonna be
and you can't find them,
detained in that center.
Probably in that center, and they're gonna keep them there from 10 to 5, and then I guess they'll probably let them out at 5, and they'll come home with a ticket. Yeah,
that part.
And I ain't mad at that.
Yeah, because something has to be done. Accountability. I'm all about, accountability. We all should be able to be held accountable for our actions. And when you have it to where they feel like, oh, they can't do nothing, they ain't going to do nothing, I'll be right out and all of that, it gives them a sense of being invincible and playing in your face. And I'm like, no, stop playing in our face. Stop. Abstract Nora 414 on the YouTube page said, ID say make it $5,000 fine for parents.
And
they
need to do it.
Yeah, like if people understand like the seriousness of, and it'd be like, you know what, you could end up getting a warrant put out for you because you haven't paid this citation or this ticket. Yeah, it'll put a change of heart. Their mind will be like, look, I'm not getting ready to keep going to jail or getting these tickets because of you.
Right.
And now get them involved in some of these community activities that are out here for their age group. We got to stop giving in to the fact that some of them want to do things that our adults are able to do. No, there are things that are designed, and you can help design some of those things. But again, if you keep trying to, we should be down there with the clubs. No, that's not one of them.
Yeah.
I can't support that one.
And listen, a lot of this stuff, like I talked about the weight limits on the streets if you just don't want the trucks there and stuff like that you could do. There's ways around it if you know. And a lot of times, too many times our elected officials don't read a lot of stuff. I'm not going to be 100. They don't read a lot of the stuff that can be there. And as an aide, I used to read all of that stuff. And so I would know places where we can find loopholes and things like that. And I think that's something that they could do. But, the stuff I just read just now, this is from when Puente was in office. That was 2 orders ago, before the current order of that district, the 9th district. That was when what's her name was there, and then you had whoever was there right after him, and then now. You know what I'm saying? So let's just be 100. This stuff is there, and sometimes we forget that it's there. And about closing off the Deer District, I've been saying that. They already partially do it already, where they block off the streets.
Right.
You can't drive down there and do all of this stuff. Well, just make it complete then.
Yeah, Sherwin Hughes agrees with that too. He said in a lot of other cities, they have that, like it's perimetered off to
Just
that degree
close
with
it
it.
up.
Yep.
Had a fence there, and you could it's just easy. Boom, boom, bam. Here you go. If somebody is climbing these barriers, they're gonna have to go in between the businesses to get there, and then you already have a natural barrier because you had a river right there on one end, right? And so then you cordon off all that stuff. You find the holes where they can get through, and you don't have to put police there to watch it, but put one on one end, one on the other end, or you make the business improvement district hire security that can man, so the police don't have to do the manning. The business improvement district hires security that manages from Thursday to Sunday. Stay there.
I would say, I don't know what the battery life or whatever it is. I would, to save the city and the taxpayers some money, I would have a drone that would fly above it.
And then just
and I'm saying that to say less law enforcement would have to be there.
Yeah.
because just add a drone. Have a law enforcement, like what you're saying, maybe one here, whatever, but then just let the drone, because the drone is going to show you everything that's going on. Yeah. And just like they can watch the cameras, the city cameras that are up on these poles, they can know if they need to dispatch because they see something that may need more law enforcement participation. You feel what I'm saying?
Security guards. And so I would, if I was the city, I would give the bid, this is what I would do, use the resources that are already there. I would find a way to give the bid more money, and instead of that money going to ambassadors, going to this, that money would be for what we want them to do, and the bid would administer. The city wouldn't even have to do it, so it wouldn't have to increase what the city does. The bid would just hire out people and get contracts for people to set up the fencing, some contracts for the security to be set up wherever it needs to be, and then every Thursday, this set up. Bam, there you go. And then it's something that's easily retractable and can just be moved out the streetways, but everything else stays. You know what I'm saying? And then you just hire RCM or somebody like that that's used to working crowd control.
Right.
And so when people come through these gates, let me see your ID.
There you go.
That's as simple as that.
You're listening to Truth in the Morning on the award-winning 101.7 FM The Truth. We got to get ready to take care of some bills. True Talk text lines are open, 833-212-1017. We'll be black.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Our children deserve a real chance to make it in life, and a good education is a passport to opportunity. At City Ford Collective, we're working to make sure there's a great Milwaukee school for every Milwaukee family, because more good options lead to better outcomes. And who doesn't want that? Together, we can give every child the foundation they need to thrive, and a stronger future for kids means a stronger future for Milwaukee. To learn more about our mission, visit us at cityfordcollective.org. That's cityfordcollective.org.
Tap into the best power hour in radio in Milwaukee.
So altogether, you're looking at $1,780 for your mortgage and for your property taxes in a year. And that's before you have to deal with, obviously, your water bill and electric bill. That's a steep price that people have to pay. And based off those numbers I just ran, to afford a home like that, you got to make $65,000 a year. But the problem is, here in Milwaukee, the median household income is only $54,234. That's out of whack. So again, I am all about affordability. I'm all about people getting homes. But what we have to understand is that until homes are more affordable, you can have a supply and demand problem, but the problem that we have here in the city of Milwaukee is that these prices, when people are listing these houses, they're listing them for prices that people really can't afford. And even if you do get the house and you're paying that, you're living paycheck to paycheck. Home ownership is not about living paycheck to paycheck. Home ownership is about finding something that fits within your budget and building equity for the future.
Catch Truth to Power with Kyle Wallace every weekday from noon to 1 p.m. on 101.7 The Truth and The Truth app.
Talking about guns with others might not always feel comfortable, but it could save a life. Here's a way to start a conversation. Your family is going over to your neighbor's home for dinner for the first time. How would you ask if there are any unlocked guns in the home?
Hey, we're so excited for tonight. Before we come over, may I ask a few questions? Yeah, of course. Do you have any pets? Yes, we have a dog. Great. Do you have a pool outside? Nope, just a big old backyard. Nice. Another question. Are there any unlocked guns in the home? Our guns are stored securely, locked in a safe that the kids can't access. Awesome. Yeah. Now, let's just talk about what we can bring for dessert.
Learn how to have the conversation at agreetoagree.org. A public service announcement brought to you by the Ad Council.
Southbound on 40
41, still heavy from Appleton Avenue all the way down to Capitol Drive. Give yourself tons of time to get through that. We got northbound slowing down from Mayfair Road to Burleigh and then from Capitol to Hampton. Southbound 43 also seeing delays from Good Hope Road down past Bender Road. Back on the brakes from Silver Spring down to Locust. Northbound 4394 still a little bit tight coming out of the Plainfield curve all the way up past Oklahoma Avenue. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, partly cloudy skies, breezy, a high of 60. Tonight, partly cloudy with a light wind, a low of 41. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 101.7 The Truth.
This is Truth in the Morning on 101.7 The Truth.
Great morning, Truth Nation. Welcome, Black. I'm the legendary Home Blow, along with my brother,
MC Dame Ellzey in the building.
And I want to say great morning to our girl, Bailey Coleman. We've been talking about the curfew initiatives and things that are going on to try to make sure that the entertainment district downtown is safe. But, you know, we've got a clip that we're going to let Dame lead into. But here's my other thing, Dame. It got to be done all over the damn city.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, because I get it. I understand the entertainment district. I understand that, you know, they want to protect, but we need protection too. Things are happening in the inner city. A lot of these shootings and homicides that we're hearing about are happening in the inner city. There are children that we are hearing about that are young as 10 and 13 and 14 and 15 years old, whether it's they're in the inner city where, you know, I'm at, you know what I'm saying, driving reckless. Hell, I'm hollering out, what about me?
Yeah.
What about us? What about our community here? We understand, you know, the entertainment district, we get it, but what about where we live? And we're dealing with the lack of curfew enforcement. You know, we're dealing with it.
Yeah.
And yeah, that you just don't leave it out. Like, you know, I get downtown saying that, okay, we're going to enforce it across the city.
And by enforcing
of
it across
Milwaukee.
the city, what it does is it puts the youth on notice. If I'm under 17,
there you go.
I got to duck and die. I got to hide. I just can't be on the block.
We ain't playing with you no more.
Right. I just can't be outside doing what I want to do. And it puts police probably ain't going to be chasing you around, doing all that other stuff. But if they catch you, they're going to put hands on you and they're going to snatch you up. And as a parent, you can't get mad at that point that your kid done got snatched up. You could be like, oh, that's police brutality. And it may be. But if you was a good parent, you would have had them home at
there you go. There you go.
So I'm giving you fair warning. And
that's
so
right.
Like this clip here is from March that I'm going to have Will shoot to. It's from March, 2 months ago, before the summer. So the police is letting you know they're going to start this curfew stuff. This is 2 months ago. And we're talking about it now. So run that clip, Will. Run that clip for me.
The police department tells us they have plans for a curfew center in the city, somewhere where they would take young people who are violating curfew and where their parent or guardian would then have to come pick them up. Now, the plans are still very much in the works. We still don't have a location for this, but it comes on the heels of a very violent weekend in Milwaukee, specifically on Water Street. There was a shooting where a 22-year-old man died and 2 teenagers were also shot. After this shooting, we went to Milwaukee police asking how they planned to restore order to downtown Milwaukee, specifically Water Street. And they said this is one of the solutions that they've been working on with the Department of Community Wellness and Safety. Like I said, they're still working on solidifying these plans. But what do you think about this?
And see, there you have it. Working on it with the community wellness. So they're using their resources, they're using their partners, and they're going about doing it. I'm not mad at that. And y'all know I am the first to be like FTP. I am the first to be like less police involvement. I am the first to be like less police interaction. But in this instance, not only are you saving, but I'm also the first to be like, I want to save the kids. I want to help the kids. And if them being put in a curfew center one night can stop them from being out somewhere and getting shot, or stop them from doing some shooting, or stop them from doing something illegal that now gets them in the system for real, then I'm for that. You know what I'm saying? And this wouldn't get them in the system, hopefully. It just gets them a ticket. And I understand the burden of this financial burden on parents and the youth. Then you should make sure your kid is at home.
That part. We got True Talk text lines open at 833-212-1017. We got Millicent. Millicent, great morning. Love you, appreciate you. You hear the conversation. What's your truth?
Good morning. I think it should be like back in the day when you got a ticket. If you didn't pay that ticket, they could take your taxes. They could put a lien on your home. They could take your vehicle. They could suspend your licensing. Let's say if you're an RN or a truck driver. Take all of that and start penalizing the parents, and they'll change this. If you know you're going to lose something because your kid isn't doing what he's supposed to do, parents will start being better parents. If you know they can take your house, put a lien on your house, you're going to make sure your kids are doing what they're supposed to do. And you're going to find time to make sure that they're doing what they're supposed to do. That's what we need to do. We have to start punishing parents. Right now, we're like, oh, you can't punish the parents. Then who are you going to punish? You got to punish the parent because you had it.
Hashtag that part. Hashtag
Amen.
facts. Thank you very much for your call.
And I think they still do take your taxes if you owe tickets.
No, well, that'll put the thing in there, and I think it needs to be highlighted. You know, I think that those messages need to be put out there because I think some people don't know. You know, they don't know the consequences of these situations. And I think if they know and it's put in their face, be like, just like when they talk about if you drive drunk, you know, this is this and this is that and this can happen and that's going to happen and that's going to happen. I think if we put some of that same messaging out there, like, you know, if your son or daughter gets a curfew ticket, so do you.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like, just put it in their face.
There's no, I have no problem.
Did you know that you could also, your license could be, you know, suspended or put that stuff out there to where they like, oh, I ain't know. How can they do that? It's been on the books.
The city can't, the municipalities and the cities and the government can't do the parenting, but we can force you to do the parenting. And that's what we need to do. We can't do the parenting, but I can force you to do the parenting. And in any situation, whether it be landlords, whether it be parents, whether it be corporations, whatever it is, if you hit their pockets, that's going to make them say, okay, that's enough. Because I know if I'm out here acting wild and my mother gets 2 tickets in the mail for me for $75, now she got to pay $150, and we already on a tight budget, she going to lose her mind.
That part.
And in losing her mind, she's going to be like, you better have your in this house by 11. Or else if you don't, then my door is going to be closed and
that's right.
On your own.
That's right.
So you're going to have your house you're going to have yourself in this house at 11. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. If I have to come look for you, that's on you. But I ain't getting no more tickets because of you.
That part.
And that's what
stand on it.
Even if you're a mother or a father that is working a bunch of jobs and you out and you doing whatever, then now this is you know, you got to be there at 11. You may not be there, but you're gonna have your brother there or your sister there or somebody that doesn't work third shift.
That's right.
Hey, go to my house and make sure that such and such, whatever the little boy. I was gonna make up a name, but I don't want to judge nobody. I was gonna say Keon or something.
Right.
Make sure they there.
Right.
And if they not there,
I make up names like that. Shaquisha, Shaquan.
I thought
Keith.
you made up Marquita. Remember, I thought.
Yeah,
you made
yeah,
up.
and you. I told you I didn't.
That was real. But I'm just saying, if they not there, then it's gonna be drama. Now instead of you dealing with the police, you dealing with me. You know what I'm saying?
There you go. And it just has to be done.
It got to be done.
On the YouTube page, shout out to everybody that is keeping up. And while you're there, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. Let's see. Let me go up.
And I think the curfew is 10 o'clock for under 17. I gave them an extra hour. It's 10 o'clock, and then they probably don't enforce it till like 11. Give you time to get home. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If you're on your way home, we're not going to sweat it. But by 11 o'clock, you should be on your porch or in the house.
Minister Kevin had said early on, he said, you want the Deer or Beer District to become like Beale Street just on weekends? That was a question.
Yes.
Kimberly Harris said, Homer, you and Dame looking like twins with them bald heads and glasses.
Hey, listen, I didn't wear my hat today because I liked the way it looked the other segment on Monday when I didn't have my hat on. So I was like, I'm not going to wear it all day on Wednesday just to see if somebody say something and somebody said something.
And there's Kimberly Harris.
For the ladies. See, I told you, Homer. Ladies love it.
Okay.
She noticed it.
I am not going to listen. You know your people. You know your people listening. So I'm just saying. That's all I'll say. Okay. Let me go.
She probably is. What you talking about for the ladies?
Right. And then you putting it in the voice. You feel what I'm saying?
50 years old. I'm say what I want to say at this point.
Bruh.
I don't care no more.
Bruh.
If you don't know me, if you don't know me by now.
Okay, I'm going to just start reading comments. La 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 la.
Just so
if
quickly
parents
switched.
Abstract or 414 said if parents can't control their there's so much misspelling here. If parents can't control their kids, their children should be sent to a Stick Military Academy where they will do nothing but learn and build character. RC Creation Muse said, got to protect the economy / employment / jobs above almost all. Can't keep punishing the working class. Also said, they still have the paddy wagons where they would load a bunch of people in the black and haul them to jail? And then came, like I said, and got you. Thank you for that. Will D9 said, if the parent don't pick up their child, he said put up though, pick up their child within 48 hours, lock them up. Sylvia Coleman said, take that Quest card. Kimberly Harris said they need to be in by 9 p.m. That's when we had to go in. Let's see, let me catch up. Abstract North said, our folks are going to Water Street creating chaos, and now they are venturing over to Brady Street fighting. Brady Street is completely different from Water Street. GIS said, greetings, beautiful people. Abstract North 414 said, yeah, 9 p.m. is much better curfew than 10 p.m. Kimberly Harris laughed at what you said. Not really a city girl said, the ladies do love bald heads. We got to take care of some bills. I'm saving us from us here. I'm saving us from us. We got to take care of some, but we really do. Order in the studio. You're listening to Truth in the Morning on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. We'll be black.
The revolution starts in our mind, right? You know when Gil Scott-Heron said the revolution won't be televised? Like he didn't mean that you won't be able to watch it on TV. He means the revolution starts in your mind. You nincompoop. Y'all been running around saying that for 60 years. The revolution won't be televised and didn't even know what the hell it meant. It starts with us.
Let him cook. Watch all your favorite 1017 The Truth shows by subscribing to 1017 The Truth on YouTube.
Hi, this is Sherwin Hughes from 1017 The Truth, and I want to talk to you about something bigger than just buying a house. I'm talking about building a legacy. Owning a home isn't just about 4 walls and a roof. It's about giving your kids a place where memories are made, where birthdays are celebrated, and where they always belong. It's about planting roots, knowing your neighbors, waving from the porch, and being a part of a community that feels like family. If you've been renting and wondering if home ownership is even possible, Axe Housing is here to work with you. An Axe Housing coach will help you create a plan, a budget, and move step by step toward owning a place you can truly call your own. They've already helped over 4,000 families become homeowners, and many are paying less than they were paying for rent. Don't let where you are today stop your families tomorrow. Start your journey at axehousing.org. That is ACTShousing.org. Your legacy begins at home.
All you have is one chance after an accident, one decision on who to call, one shot to get the help you need. Don't waste it on the one offer you get from your insurance company. Make the one call to Gruber Law Offices. It's the only one you'll need to make. Call us today. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
At UW Credit Union, we have best-in-class technology and peopleology. Like if you lose your card, you can stop by in-branch for a same-day replacement, or you can have a new one instantly issued to the app. So whether you prefer interacting with our snappy online interface or our in-person regular faces, UW Credit Union is always here for every you. And whichever you choose, it's the best of both worlds. Join today at uwcu.org. Federally insured by NCUA.
On Thursday, May 28th, join Sharp for the 10th annual Unwrapped MKE from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. at 3rd Street Market Hall. Unwrapped is an evening of community, creativity, and food. Top area chefs will create gourmet appetizer, entree, and dessert bites using McDonald's ingredients. The fundraiser will support Sharp's STEAM-based education programs serving thousands of urban elementary students in schools throughout Milwaukee, Waukesha, and Racine. For tickets, visit sharpliteracy.org.
This is Truth in the Morning on 101.7 The Truth.
Welcome, Black Truth Nation. I'm the legendary Home Blow, along with my brother,
MC Dame Ellzey, in the building.
And, of course, our producer, Will, holding it down. We've been talking about the curfew situation and what are some things that could be implemented to make people have to understand, like, look, it's serious. You know, we may have become a little lackadaisical on it, but now, you know, because sometimes, man, what they say, when the cat is away, the mice will come out to play.
Not really. A city girl said, the ladies do love bald heads.
Damn, I
know you was trying to get away from that, but I'm going back. And then Aaron Kawanda said, definitely love my man with a bald head. Right at Homer, he'll be at home apologizing, saying, you know, it's just radio talk, baby. No, I won't.
Listen.
Because it's not just radio talk.
To your queen, bro. I just want to say that I am not encouraging this. If you go back and listen to the rest of the show, you may not be listening now, but you will hear that I've tried to pull him away from the light.
You can't do that. I can't be stopped. I can only be contained. Michael Jordan voice. Listen.
Order in the studio.
Listen, I told you last segment, the first segment on Monday, I was like, my bald head kind of shiny, look kind of, and I hadn't even shaved it. I shaved it today. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I got a big old head, but there you go. I look like, you know.
Listen, bro.
I look like.
Will, hey, Will, how you doing in there? Can you help me?
You took it there, pause. My noggin looks like, you know, the emojis that you could make for like the Wii characters and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I really do look like that, but that's okay.
So you got Kimberly Harris saying, yes, we do. Not really a city girl, and put up hearts and got her dancing. Like, yeah.
Hey.
So we're gonna round it out with the smoothness of MC Dame Ellzey.
Ladies, let me just say,
this dude,
I want you to touch my.
Don't say it. Don't you? Okay,
I was
please.
Not say
okay, dump button.
I want you to touch my scalp.
Really?
With them bright red fingernails. Ooh. Can you feel it, baby? Ladies! Will, the phone lines is about to blow up. They about to go crazy. Because the ladies, they just feel their fingertips on my scalp.
And they will have no fingers after your other half has something to say or do about it.
About to go crazy.
See, you doing this.
Call. We got one call?
Not one.
Not one? Okay.
Not.
They just rest. You know, they in shock right now.
Mm-hmm.
They all in shock because they heard my sexy voice. They looking at my bald head. They closed their eyes and they thought about their fingertips rubbing my scalp. And they were just like, ooh.
Are you campaigning?
No, I'm not.
Because it definitely sounds like a campaign.
No, I'm not. I'm just messing with the ladies.
Listen. You got him on YouTube going, yeah, come on, bruh.
See, Not Really a Silly Girl said, yes.
Man, look at Kimberly Harris talking about, ooh, we Dame.
Ooh, we Dame. Do you know what I'm saying?
All I'm saying is I'm trying to, I am my brother's keeper. Yes, I'm trying to,
But I cannot.
But he cannot be contained.
I cannot be contained. I can't be stopped. I can only be contained. I can't be stopped.
Yeah.
I can only be contained.
Kimberly Harris said that's what got Eve in trouble listening to that voice.
Monique Jones said, yes, Dame. Chocolate, too.
I'm about to, to your significant other, I'm about to turn my mic off and let these last minutes go to Dame. Yeah, because I'm not going to be, just know that.
I don't know what that symbol means, but I'm assuming it means like starry eyes or something. But.
Yeah, I am, This not really a silly girl purr?
Purr, yeah. Like,
okay.
Like Eartha Kitt.
Well, Dane will take us out because I am not.
You guys want to be done now?
Man, listen, man. Like, I wish. Is the birthday party commercial coming up? Well, it's not in here. Okay, something. I can talk about it, I guess. Hey, did you know that on Saturday, June 27th, 2026, it will be the 32nd annual Homer Blow birthday party for the kids, brought to you by the Homer Blow Foundation, Inc., nonprofit 501c3, presenting sponsor, Bader Philanthropy. Shout out to Tamara and shout out to Frank, Big Frank, everybody over at Bader Philanthropies. Also, shout out to Platinum sponsors. We've got the Brewers Community Foundation. We've got Spectrum. We've got the City of Milwaukee Office of Early Childhood Initiative, Mighty Small Moments, Dia Wright. We've got, Spectrum, Westcare, Wisconsin. Shout out to Travis Landry and everybody at Westcare. And then, of course, we have our...
Travis got a bald head, too, though. You like how I keep bringing it back?
Yeah, you also go sponsors. Shout out to Liquid, formerly Oasis. Shout out to Greater Milwaukee Urban League. Shout out to Unite WI and... Shout out to Maleka Early Learning Center, Children's Knowledge 2 and 3 Learning Center. Shout out, I'm just in here. Community
Don't
health.
Shout out nobody else. Listen,
community,
Homer's
health care.
Let's get back to it.
PCS. Shout out to Dr. Clarissa Lawrence. Shout out to damn Dave. I'm trying,
Just
bro.
Imagine us nose to nose. Did he cut my mic off?
I turned his mic off.
Did he cut my mic off?
Yeah, I guess so. So you're
mic off.
Okay. You're black, I guess.
I cut it back on. I caught it.
No, okay, now you are.
Hey, ladies, imagine us nose to nose.
Okay, listen, if nobody has told you that they love you today, I want to let you know that I love you. Please have a safe and nonviolent remainder of the morning, afternoon, evening, night, early morning. The award-winning Truth with Sherwin Hughes on the award-winning 101.7 FM The Truth is up next. I'm going to turn my mic off now. Dane, go ahead, your last words.
I got no last words. I love the ladies.